It's probably 6 something in the morning. My name is Rayleigh. I'm 18, but I don't feel a day over 12. I'm going to start making videos, probably not very good ones, but I figure this will be just a quick introduction. Basically, I'll probably talk about everything I like on each, or like something I like on each video. And, well, hopefully it's entertaining. I'm doing it mainly because, I have Asperger's disorder, sort of. It's on the autism spectrum disorder, or autism spectrum, and, it basically is, I'm smart academically, but socially I'm lacking a lot. Not good with people. And, basically about me, I live with my mom. My dad is, I don't like my dad. But my mom, she's amazing. The most amazing person ever. I don't think I would have gotten this far in life without her. I have my little sister. She's 9 years younger than me. And she is something else. Yeah. Don't get me wrong, I love her to death. But she's something else. I live in an apartment complex, and I have a hamster named Kuchan, and I have a cat named Kiro, who is the biggest baby in the world. Maybe I'll feature him sometime. But, well, this is my room. It's really messy right now. It's a painting I did of my favorite character, one of my favorite characters, named Natsume Hyuga from Gakuen Alice, or Alice Academy. I love anime, and I've read somewhere that a lot of kids with Asperger's, like, we all have a fixation on something that's, like, obsessively, we just love it to death. Some are trains, some are music. A lot of people with Asperger's have an obsession with anime, and I've read somewhere that it's mainly because of the facial expressions, the emotions, and I mean, I don't know if that's the reason I like it, but I love anime. I'll probably get a little more into other things like that I like in other videos. This is Shubi. I've had him since I was a baby. I love him so much. He has been through surgeries with me. He's been through trauma with me, everything. I go to school in Carleton. There's a special class there for kids with disabilities. And for a very, very short portion of my life, probably, it was kindergarten, primary, and part of first grade, I was in Chesnane School. Yeah, that did not go very well at all. Then, I finished first grade all the way up to 8th grade in St. Charles. And that went good for a while. That was mainly a lot of problems, though, because at the time I was being misdiagnosed with bipolar disorder, which made things difficult. And I went to high school for 3 days before switching over to Carleton. And I had a thing set in place where I would, if I had problems, the change was just really traumatic for me, and I had this thing set in place where I could stay in this one classroom all day and do my work there. And then I would have to go out to a special ed math class. But the first day, when I went to the math class, I didn't really go to the math class. I wasn't sure what to do, so I asked the school counselor, and she said, well, either you go to a non-special ed classroom with 30 kids, which, like I said before, I'm terrified of people, or you go home and you don't get to eat lunch with Miss Dimmick. Miss Dimmick was my 8th grade teacher, and I loved her so much. And something to help me get into high school life was, for lunch, I'd be able to go down and eat with her, because I only go half days, so I'd go down, eat with her, and then I'd leave, which is great and everything. Of course, I have terrible control of my emotions. I started bawling, and she sent me home, and I didn't get to eat lunch with Miss Dimmick. The next day, a helper lady with the system or whatever came in, and she went the whole day with me, and everything was fine, and everything went perfect that day. The next day, was something set in place where, for advisory, I could help out in the office, because of all things, I love helping out. So I was in there for a while, and after that I had a computer class, and, well, in the computer class they had a pre-test before you could do the actual class, and it would say, you had to do like 100 questions before you could actually take the class. And I figured, well, I'm not done with the test yet, so I'll just stay in here, because I had a horrible time telling time, and but too late realized that I was late for the class, and so I was like, well, okay, I'll just go and do that. So I was in there, and I stayed, and the librarian who supervised the class came in and was like, asking me why I wasn't there, and I told her, and she's like, well, okay, I understand, that's fine. She understood. So I figured, oh, okay, this is great, I'm not in trouble, everything's okay. And then the counselor came in, and she came up to me, and she started getting all angry at me for not being in class, and I explained that the librarian knew and everything, and she was fine with it. But she said to me, well, you either go to that math class, or you don't get to eat lunch with Miss Dimmick. When I get into a position where I'm in trouble or something, I panic and I freeze up, and I literally cannot move. So I froze up, and she was just I ended up yelling at her, and crying, and, well, I didn't get to go eat lunch with Miss Dimmick. And my mom was furious that the counselor was so unprofessional and was threatening me and not trying to help me out. We went and talked to Miss Dimmick, and she tried to help us out until the school board ended up telling her that if she didn't stop interfering with us, she could get in trouble for it. And she cared more about, I understand it, that it was important, her job's important to her, but I wish she would have helped us out rather than trying to defend the school's reputation or whatever. But now I go to Carleton, and it is wonderful. I stay in the class all day. I eat in the class, and I go half a day. I go 3 days a week, 3 hours a day, and I get all my work done, and everything's okay. Some ads are going to come up pretty quick on here, so I'm going to have to stop the video now. But thanks for watching, and see you later.